Okay, I think we should be live.
Awesome.
Yes, so let's look through the numbers today.
Yeah.
I think just to be more specific, the numbers that we want to look at is probably around whether we want to spend more on ads or not. And kind of, yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the main question for us to address. Like with one loop, we put in $1,000 so
Mm.
far because I saw the numbers, we put in like 1,002 and it came out like 2,000. And if it's 2,000 already only in the retrial phase, because some of these
Mm.
leads still have value and some of them haven't even come yet.
Yeah.
So we probably want to look through the data and decide actually maybe if the numbers are like that, like why can't we spend 20,000 or 30,000 and get back 60,000, right? Like if you think about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, how do we want to look at the numbers? Should I share my screen or what?
Yeah. You can share screen. I have updated the scorecard, so you can take a look at that if you want. Or let me add in. Let me also add in the revenue collected to date from Facebook ads. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Revenue collected as of yesterday.
Hmm. Okay, okay. And the amount we spent is about 1,200, 1,000.
As of yesterday, we have spent as of yesterday, so we have spent about 1,400, 1,466.
I see. Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess yesterday didn't have sales, so probably that's why hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, if we are getting the revenue back so quickly, because of this 1,466, we spent probably quite a lot, haven't have the opportunity to spend or to come yet.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
actually, it's just like the limitation is probably us scaling the ads as one. Probably the second is also the booking rate have dropped.
Yeah. Um, we have some, we have quite a number of leads that came in over the last 2, 3 days that have yet to confirm their booking.
Hmm.
So yeah, um we see how we see whether we can continue to follow up with them and see whether we can close them for bookings after that. Yeah.
Hmm. This one I think is green, right? Actually,
Which one?
this one. We're aiming for 2 retrials.
Oh yeah.
I changed it to green. Yeah, then this one, this is month to date lah.
Month to date, month to date.
Oh, okay. So therefore we are supposed to be 20,000, so we are quite far off.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. And this one you put all months to date or you put the current one?
Which one? The
Or this whole all of this data.
all this second week.
Okay, okay. Then the revenue also we put second week will be better, I think. This is second week.
The revenue, this is 14K is month to date.
Okay, okay.
Wait
Can we
let me.
standardize all?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
probably is hmm, I see. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we are quite off track in terms of quite a lot of numbers. So basically everything, right?
Mm,
This one we're very close. This one we are a bit off.
yeah. I think the Meta leads, the number of leads we got is okay. Um, is the bookings. I think the bookings will come in. We will get a few more bookings afterwards. Yeah,
Hmm.
and then show ups. As well. It will appear eventually afterwards. But recently, I feel like the recent few leads not as responsive, or at least I didn't feel like they reply as fast as the first few. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure the reason why. Yeah, but I'm still continuing to follow up with them and following the SOP and see how that goes after some time. Yeah, whether they improve.
Okay, I don't know why my notes. Okay, I'm showing you on the screen here. I'll expand it then. Yeah, I understand. Okay. But at least the revenue numbers from the ad spend so far is good, which is I think it's one of the critical points lah. If you're
Mm,
getting the money on the front end, then actually we can, yeah, like of course all of these things have room to improve because we know what's the limits for this.
yeah.
However, we can also, I think we are okay with a higher CPL. Like 20 is quite idealistic target because we on ads, then it was like $15 at the start.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. I think we can stick to what we previously discussed. I think something like if the creative is doing $15 and less, we just scale it. If it's less than 20, we can maybe also still spend a bit more. Only when I think aiming for 25 is probably more reasonable.
mm. Okay.
Yeah, but if the show up rate is like that, then we probably want to look through and see like why is the booking and the show up. Mm. And maybe
Mm,
even the booking, we want to see like how many cancelled. If you know what I mean, there's actually another layer because this number of bookings, 13, many were booked for next week. But how many of this was booked here? Like, this four, but how many actually cancelled or postponed or that's probably another metric for us to monitor.
yeah, yeah. I think so far the cancellation rate or the rescheduling rate not high, but yeah, I can add that in to track that as well. But for today, um, so my question is, if we want to look at how profitable our ads are, is it okay to just look at the raw numbers? Means like in terms of revenue collected against how much how much we put in on the ads, or do we need to factor in other costs such as I mean in this case I think Onda the cost not high, it's more of labor cost. Do we need to factor that in as well? Like to see how profitable our ads are doing.
Yeah, so if you ask me,
Mm,
I would say that if on the very first sale we are getting more revenue than the first one that we do, then we can because you can kind of cancel out some of the expense with future. We will still monetize a lot of this in future. Because if they buy the retrial, they might buy a package in future
mm,
as well. So so if we see like the marketing is like okay, you see from a cash flow perspective, you put
yeah.
in 10,000, you get back 10,000. Like, are we happy with that? Probably yes, because we have the leads, we have potential to sell them in future, even though we have some fulfillment and we lose out a bit on that. Yeah,
Mm,
it's like it's okay. If we can cross
okay.
more than 2x what we spend revenue to get what we get back, then it's like I think it's a slam dunk, we just spend more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
Even 1x actually, honestly, I think we are happy with
mm,
fresh revenue.
okay. So
Because
means
hmm,
mm, so means for the initial show up, the for the first for the first batch of show ups, as long as we can break even in terms of cash flow for the cost of show up against revenue collected, that that is good. That is a good metric for us to scale the ads further because this group of show ups will may eventually buy the package and that's where we make revenue.
yeah.
That's the thought process, right? Okay.
So there's a LTV, like their lifetime
Yeah,
value.
yeah.
Generally, if we had to ballpark estimate the lifetime value, somebody that came in and buy, let's say they buy a retrial, 50% of them will buy let's say again in future for let's say an average of 1,000. So uh and if they buy the 1,000, they might have a 50% to buy again in future. So it becomes 2,000. But only 50% of them will buy lah. So it's another
Yeah.
$1,000 of lifetime value. So we can think like, okay, at least we will have extra lifetime value for sure. Another like 4,000 from this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, so roughly you count like that, then you see, okay, actually then we spend 1.4 to get 2K, but the LTV is probably 6K. So we get 4x of what we spend based on LTV. And this doesn't factor in the fact that because we just started, so there's a lot of time delay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this advertising at this particular cost per lead with this kind of spend at the front end, I think is quite worth. Uh yeah. It's quite worth increasing the spend. And I saw
Okay.
the new ads, so they're converting quite okay. Although the cost per lead is a bit higher, but the landing page, the conversion rate is quite good. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of, okay, previously our challenge was that we didn't know how to scale, right? I think now we
Yeah.
know how to scale. It's just that maybe the cost per lead is went up a bit, but it's fine because it's still profitable.
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, okay. So what action steps do you think we want to make?
Mm, I think since our current campaigns are profitable in terms of cash flow for us, maybe we can launch more up the budget, you think? So I lowered the old campaign budget to $80 now. Right now it's running at $80. Then another new testing campaign for the cellulite one. That one is running at $30 per day. And then one more slimming one, that one is running at $50 per day. So if we want to increase ad spend across these three, means I'm thinking the old campaign, the cellulite old campaign, I will increase it back to $100. Then for the new testing campaign for cellulite, I will increase to $50. And then for the slimming one, I will increase the budget to $70.
Uh, hmm. I wouldn't think of it like that. I
Mm,
generally think of the scaling as a if this then that kind of method of scaling. So what I mean by that is like, let's say we are
mm,
aiming for $25 and okay, now maybe we want to update because we think $25 is not bad. But okay, so if our overall goal is 25, so I put here goal 25
mm,
TPL.
mm,
So I would probably want to have some kind of a benchmark, like if creative hits 5 leads at less than $20, we
mm,
scale this ad set or ad group like that. So we want to scale that campaign, but if possible, we scale that particular creative. We scale this creative. If the creative hits maybe 5 leads at that level, that means we know that okay, there's a chance that we can scale. Or if 3 leads below $15, then we can scale down immediately already.
okay.
So there's two benchmarks lah. So it's a matter of whether
Mm,
we scale the campaign or not. Depends on how well that creative, and of course the creative is accompanied by the copy and everything. But that particular, so this is how I would think about the scaling rather than based on the overall of the account. And depends on how many leads we want. We have some kind of a threshold
mm,
conditions. Because if $25 is our target, then we want to
yeah,
find winning creatives that are below this benchmark, then we scale it.
yeah, okay. Mm, okay. But sorry. So based on 25 PPR, I mean, assuming our conversion rate stays the same, $25 is profitable for us, right?
Mm,
Based on the numbers that we are looking at. So
mm,
we should be looking to scale this further. So
mm.
by logic means we keep scaling until it tips the $25 CPL. We keep increasing the budget until it tips the $25 CPL, right?
Yeah, correct. So if we are spending, let's say we reach $1,000 and it's still below 25, then it's like okay, we yeah lor, then we consider again if we can actually handle the capacity. But if it's below $25, if it's 22 to 24, then maybe we just leave it at what the current
Yeah,
budget because we don't want to push it above the boundary. But if it's
yeah.
less than $20, then we okay. That means we need to scale this as high as we can.
Okay.
Kind of
Okay,
like that.
can.
You understand the logic for this, right?
Yeah, yeah, I understand the logic of this. Right.
Mm. Cool. Okay. I think then for now just monitor the campaigns and if we find winning creatives then we scale it.
Mm,
And I think it will be good already. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
All right, then we will catch up again tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.
All right, see ya.